Hi everybody, I'm going to be doing a video on propagation for you as promised. The first one we're going to be doing is devil's ivy. Now if you got into our massive sale, you would have been seeing that we're selling the massive devil's ivy here. So we're going to be doing the golden pothos one today, and I've got a few examples for you. If you have been on the website, you'll see that we actually have these little prop stations. Now there is a vase missing for it, but it is actually right here. So this one has fully formed roots now. You can see there's about a 5 to 7 centimeter root right there. And I'm going to show you how to do it and create your own plant from your own plants. So I've got this marble queen. This is the $35 marble queen if you are on our sale, and this is how we do it. So all you'll need is some vodka, some paper towel. If you have another sterilisation method, you can use that one. But just make sure you sterilise your scissors. So these ones are pre-done, and all I'm going to be doing is looking for what we call a node. So a node are these little guys coming out here. They're like black little stumps, and we're just going to be grabbing our scissors, and about just after the node, probably about 2 to 3 centimeters, just like that, you'll be cutting off the runner, and you'll eventually get, once you've done all of them, little runners like this with the nodes coming off. So you can cut them a lot bigger, but if you are going to be propagating to make an established plant, the smaller the better. That means all the energy can go to the one node. So all you need to be doing, I've done some examples here, is getting a glass jar, filling it up with water overnight. Now Dubbo Town water has got fluoride and chlorine in it, so fill up your water from your tap or wherever. Even if you have distilled water, that's better. Leaving this glass of water full overnight, and then in the morning doing your cuttings and just popping them straight into the water. So all you have to do is leave that in for a few months, and eventually you'll get root systems like these guys. You can pop them in one of those ones. Just to show you an example of some established cuttings, this one here, if you can see that one, has been in for about 6 weeks. And eventually we'll pot it up, and it'll be its own full plant. Got some more here. Now you will sometimes notice that they will actually grow their own set of leaves. So this one, to me, because it's growing its own leaf system, will be potted up very soon. Because it's coming into winter, you need to be make sure if you're doing cuttings, it needs to be probably about now, if not before, because winter they will not grow established roots, or it'll take extremely slow and you will be a bit disappointed. So that's our golden pothos. So all you need to do is cut it, find the node, and I'll put instructions below on the video, and then you can grow your full established plants. The other one we have is a Syngonian white butterfly. So if you did get on the sale, you'll actually notice there are these giant ones here. They are the $50 for the giant ones, and you can make divided plants from them as well. So here is some we've done earlier, and what I'm going to do is we've got the water, we've left it out a day before, so that means when the water evaporates, it sort of takes out all the bad things from it, and you're left with a bit clearer water. With this one here, this has been in for about, I'd say, only about 4 weeks, and you can see how quick these guys grow. So on the root that we've actually taken it from, it's starting to grow its own little sets of roots as well. So you can see that these ones are super easy to propagate as well. So all you want to do, I've found the node. The nodes are, again, those little black stumps on the end of each plant. They're probably about the size of your pinky finger. They will actually then grow the root out from them. So you will need a node on these plants and on the devil's ivy to be able to consider propagating. Now I will show you another example actually while I'm here of, oh, I can't find it. Don't have the example here. But if you do not have a node, your plant will just rot out. They might look really great for a while. You'll notice they don't have nodes, they're just leaf cuttings. It'll be a bit of a waste of time, but there's not much point doing it. There is another way if you have a plant that doesn't have a node though. So you have snake plants, they're on the sale as well if you'd like to have a look at those ones. Snake plants don't have nodes, they need to be divided by rhizome cuttings. We will show you that in another video, but there is one way to get a snake plant to grow roots. So here are the snake plants that I've done earlier. all you have to do is do a straight cut. Again, with your scissors, they do need to be sterilised, and eventually you will get little roots like these, and you can just grow, they will grow roots from the inside of the plant and they will come down. Now, just as another example, if you do see, these ones are wild sansevieria, so you might see them around town. You can get one, you can actually cut it just like that in 3 places, and the most important thing is you need to remember where the plant was sitting. So it'll grow roots from the bottom, and this one here will grow roots from the bottom, but if you put it up the other way, it won't grow roots. So just always remember exactly how you've had it. It will grow roots, and you can pop it in water exactly the same way. Just put it out a day before, as we've mentioned a few times now. Then eventually you will have root cuttings, and you can pop them straight into soil about 5 to 7 centimetres after they've grown, probably about 5 centimetres of these ones, and you can actually make another developed plant. There's one more I want to show you, and pop these in water so they can grow now too. With your monsteras. Now the monsteras are the really big ones here. They've all sold out. They're very hard to get in Dubbo, so if you do see them on sale, try to grab them because they, as I said, they're hard to find. So this is a personal plant that I actually have, that I have separated from the mother plant and then grown roots from. Again, monsteras are grown from nodes, so if you do have nodes, chop it probably about 2 centimetres, 3 centimetres below the node, and you can start growing. Now these are mature plants. These are about 5 to 7 years old. And if you can see, this has taken 3 weeks, and that is one giant node that's coming out into a root system. That one will be ready to plant soon. So the one thing with monsteras that's a little bit different, this is your rhizome. So this one is sort of like a tuber. It's underground. That's how it's planted. With monsteras, they're not always underground. You need to make sure that the nodes are coming off it. I've cut it from the mother plant down here from the stem. It's got the rhizome, it's got this one, these are all growing, and then I will pot them. So that's a really great one to start propagating as well. The monsteras just grow like wild, and once you have them, you'll have them. So we'll do some instruction videos on those of you who actually have bought them and how to do it yourself, how to keep them alive, especially being in the Central West where we don't have a lot of humidity. But propagating is definitely a great way to do it. We've also got these Monstera Adansonis. I'm sure you guys have seen them. They sold out in 15 minutes. They also have little nodes. You can do exactly the same as would with your Monsteras and your Devil's Ivy. Make sure you find the node, exactly the same. Now I'll just move on to something a little bit different rather than propagating in water. So what you can see here is actually a sweet potato. So your sweet potatoes, if you've ever left your sweet potato in the cupboard for too long, you'll notice it will start growing purple little buds. All you need to do is let those purple little buds grow off into shoots, just sort of like if you've left it in the cupboard for too long and it's rotting. What you'll want to do is pop that in water, and eventually it'll grow a root system like that, and you'll start to get a sweet potato vine. So with your sweet potato vines, they eventually come out like this. They're really great for decorative purposes, but you can actually eat the leaves, which is pretty cool. And then what I'll do in the future is I'm going to take these vines, which we call slips, and I'm going to plant them in the ground, and that's how you start the beginning of a sweet potato garden. So all these sort of things with propagating can be used for lots of different purposes. You can also see we have an onion here. Onion can be propagated. This was just one from Aldi's, and the root system has just gone absolutely nuts on it, and eventually there'll be some sprouts coming up the top, and we can plant that and we can make our own garden with that one. One more that you might have forgotten about is garlic. So garlic eventually will get these little sprouts coming out, and most people will actually throw them out and not use them. But what I'm going to do is I'll be planting this one in dirt and making my own garlic with that one there. So you used to have all these ranges of water propagation, even air propagation, just like with our vegetables that you can use. We are going to be doing another video on propagation through dividing roots. That's the one that a lot of people have trouble with. You might have propagated in the past and pop something straight in water and it's just rotted out. So I'll do that video maybe next week sometime so you guys can see. You can start your own plant garden. If you have bought any of our giants here, there will be ways to propagate them. We'll show you, and you're going to have a huge opportunity to make your own little plant collection. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.